like McGill back together in the lineup?
It feels great. Uh, they're really good hitters, and they're gonna help us a lot. Today, they definitely helped us today, and I'm glad to have them back. Even though the other guys did an outstanding job filling in for them, having McNeil and Conforto is gonna be huge for us.
You've never faced Kyle Wright before tonight. Generally, when you're facing a guy that you've never seen before, how informative is that first plate appearance tonight? You work the walk in the first, and then you're able to homer in the second. Is there anything you take away after that first plate appearance that helps you in the second one?
Steve, I think the meeting it's a little bit more informative than anything else because I went to the plate today with a great mindset of what I wanted to do. Um, Q and Kev and then talking to all the guys in the meeting helped out a lot. Like we had a great team approach, and I just want to be part of the guys that executed that team approach. First at bat, definitely saw some good pitches that he was throwing. There were balls, and in that gave me even more confidence for the next at bat that the team approach that we had was going to work.
Thanks.
Next up is Mike Puma.
Francisco, what did you think of the kid Megill making his major league debut tonight?
Outstanding, outstanding. He definitely had nerve going, but he didn't show them. He didn't show them. He executed. He at one point I looked up in the scoreboard and he had 36 pitches, 20 strikes. And I was like, wow, this kid is doing it. He stepped up for us. Got us a W tonight. So that's always huge.
What does Conforto's bat in particular mean to this lineup?
He's Conforto. He's been doing it for a very long time here in New York, and he just add another weapon to the lineup. He puts quality at bats together throughout the game, and that always helps. You have a guy that's going to compete, that's going to help you see more pitches, see what the pitcher's stuff is like, because he's definitely going to try to put his best stuff against him, and you learn from his at bat. So having McNeil back in the lineup is huge for us.
Thank you.
Dave, on in Europe.
Hey, Francisco, does it start to feel like you guys are becoming more whole now with McNeil and Conforto on the way back? Just not only their production, but just kind of feeling like you're the team that you should be?
I'm not sure yet. I feel like there's still a lot of guys that are down, and pitching staff see guys are down as well. But I'm extremely proud of the group of guys that we have, and I'm super happy that we have them back. They work very hard during their rehab assignment. It can be very lonely when you're hurt, and you look back and you feel like you're not part of the team. So I'm happy to have them. And I don't think we are where we want to be yet. We're a good team, but we're not where we want to be yet, and that's gonna come. I truly believe that that's gonna come, and I think it's gonna once we have more consistency and have all the pieces of the puzzle, it's gonna be great to put it together.
Thank you.
We'll go to Ed next.
Hey, Francisco, you kind of hinted at it, but how much did the walk and laying off pitches in that first at bat help you with the home run in the second at bat?
It helped out a lot. I saw his fastball. He threw me 5 fastballs in that first at bat, and I was like, okay, this is a pitch I can drive. He threw me a slider with a 2-0, and I was able to get the barrel to the baseball. I wasn't trying to pull. It just, I just went in that direction. But it definitely gave me a lot more confidence.
Nisha, you're up.
Great.
Hey, Francisco, what did you think of Diaz's performance tonight and just in general the fire that he brings to his outings?
Diaz has been great this whole year. every outing he comes in and he lights it up. But to especially to get 5 outs is not easy. And for a guy like him, it's not easy when you get 5 outs, you up three. I mean, you get 2 outs, you up three, then all of a sudden you have a long inning. Now you you up four. You know that fire is not the same. He doesn't have that adrenaline going, and to be able to finish it the way he did tonight, it was good.
Thank you.
Francisco, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Tyler, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations. And we'll start things off with Steve Gelbs.
Hey, Tyler, I know it's probably pretty difficult this close to it, but how would you sum up what tonight was for you?
A lot of emotions. It was exciting. It was fun. It was competitive. Had a blast while I was out there. Couldn't ask for any more.
Francisco Lindor was in here just talking about how impressed he was with how aggressive you were. What was your mindset going out there tonight, in your major league start, where I would imagine there are some nerves there as well?
Yeah, as Lindor said, just attacking hitters, just trying to get ahead, just saying, hey, here's my stuff, try to hit me, and, going through with that and committing with it, with the game plan.
Tyler, I would imagine that this was not something that was necessarily on your radar until relatively recently. Have you had a chance to kind of sit back and realize, I guess, how much quicker you got to the big leagues than maybe you expected to at the beginning of this season?
Yeah, it's definitely a trip right now, thinking about it, where I've came from, and then to being where I'm at now. I mean, unfortunate as it is with some of the people going down, and people are having to step up and come, and I got the opportunity. They called me and let me know, and I wanted to go full force and just go out there and make a statement and try to help the team win.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Anthony DeComo.
Hey, Tyler, were you able to get any friends, family in attendance here today?
Unfortunately not. A lot of friends reached out though. They were watching, so it was fun knowing that they were back home watching.
What has gone? You talked about your stuff earlier. What has gone into this jump in velocity that you've had over the last year plus, however long it's been?
I'd say just cleaning up my mechanics and not being so crossfire with my mechanics. I more so straightened it out, and I think that's what made a big jump. And then ultimately crossing out the two-seamer and just strictly throwing four seams now.
Thank you.
Tim Healy, you're up.
Aside from the team winning, what was the best part of tonight for you?
Just being here, honestly. The atmosphere was cool. It was amazing. I just, you work your whole life for this, and then you get that opportunity to do so, and it's a dream come true. And now it's just trying to stay here and make an impact.
When Rojas pulled you, what did you think of both the standing ovation and also the crowd booing the sticky stuff check?
It was awesome. I'm glad that the fans support me, and they're cheering for me. It gives me a great deal of confidence knowing that they're out there doing that for me. And I mean, it is what it is. Where we at in baseball right now, so it's whatever. So,
Thank you.
Tyler, congratulations and thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening, Luis. Steve, start us off.
Luis, what did you make of Tylor Megill tonight and what he was able to give you guys?
Hey, well, Steve, I'm impressed with his poise, and I thought that was the thing that jumped the most at me. I was familiar with the stuff just by watching it on video and seeing a little bit of it in sprint training, but I got in touch with him this morning when he got here to the hotel, and he reminded me a little bit of David Peterson last year when he was going to make his debut against the Red Sox. So it's almost like the same even keelness, to going towards his debut, and I felt it. Like, okay, this guy is pretty, I mean, he's excited. He told me, but you could see that he was focused in the task, and then he came to the ballpark and he had the same demeanor. So that was for me the most impressive thing. And then all the stuff that once you can handle those emotions going into your debut, which is a dream come true for every baseball player, right? I think your stuff is just going to play immediately, and that's what he did out there. I mean, he's facing a tough lineup, and he was able to control his stuff, and then reach a pitch count. We have to make the move, but he threw the ball so well, mixed all his pitches.
How much does having McNeil and Conforto back change the dynamic of this lineup for you guys?
Yeah, we created some sequences, right? McNeil swinging the bat like he was, and then Francisco, he looked really good at the plate tonight, and then connecting those three with Conforto behind Lindor, that got our offense going. 1, 2, 3 did really good. Guillermo did an outstanding job in the 8-hole too, so we could connect the top two at times. That got the offense going for us too. But Mac and Conforto, those guys we're missing those guys in our lineup. Yeah, we were winning a lot of games. We had timely hitting from a lot of guys, but those are two important presence from an defensive standpoint. I mean, they can sequence with Francisco and they can sequence with Alonso, who's going to get his bat going at some point. I mean, you can feel it. So, two big nights for him, for McNeil and Conforto, and it's exciting. I know we got blanked yesterday, but we were talking about how much we trust our offense, and that was an example right there.
Next, we'll go to Dave.
Hey, Louis, and Conforto talked before the game about how this was going to be a process for him. He felt healthy, but it's a different speed up here. But then his first at bat, he just ropes a double to right field. I mean, how much does it obviously make him feel good, and how much does it make you feel good to know that he can contribute right away like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to say that. Michael, he's a humble human being, and he's a professional. He's always going to say that. But I saw his at bats during his rehab assignment, and I mean, I thought he looked great. And you can see that he was balanced at the plate. He was on time on different pitches, and it's the Michael that we know. And he came in the first at bat. The first couple of pitches he took, he looked a little late on them, but it didn't take him long to actually get ready a little earlier, and then he was able to get the barrel out there and also recognize pitches. And second at bat got walked. So, I mean, he came in out of the shoe, swinging the bat like we expect him to swing it. So, I know he's going to say this, but that's why he was hitting third, because we felt that he was, connect with McNeil and Lindor like he did tonight.
Thank you.
Tony?
Hi, Luis. Diaz's first 2 seasons here, you guys were very hesitant to use him more than 3 outs. I know you weren't here for the first of those. You've been doing it quite a bit this year, and he's had success. What's made you comfortable doing that with Diaz?
Well, this year it's just worked out because he's had a couple of days off or a day off before we were available to use him like this. And it's just played out a few times like that. But last year we had a lot of games in a row, and it was just tough to do. I mean, when he's pitching back to back, it's just tough to get him to do it. He's a max effort pitcher. He's throwing the ball triple digits up there, and even his slider, he makes a lot of effort to throw it. So you got to take that in consideration, right? And in a season like this, I mean, for us, still young, right? For everyone, I think, still young. So you still want to be cautious, but if you run into the right sequence of days where he hasn't pitched and you feel that you can't you can do it, you do it. And tonight was a night that he could do it for us, and he did an outstanding job, right? Tying run at the plate with Sandoval, so immediately it's a high stress situation, and he's got to sit down and come back up. And like I said, max effort. So a lot of credit to him for coming in and doing something that he just doesn't do often in a season. So he's done it. He's done it a couple times now, and this is what this team is all about. Everyone's just leaving everything out there to get some wins.
And also just checking, is everything physically okay with Pilar?
Yeah, he's fine. We double switched just to keep Diaz in the game for the ninth inning, since the pitcher spot was coming in the bottom of the eighth.
Next will be Tim Healy.
Which relievers were you without tonight?
You ready?
Yeah.
So we didn't have Luke. We didn't have. I mean, we had both of the guys left were Lugo and Smith, and both were emergency. I mean, we used Smith for a couple innings yesterday, and then Lugo. I mean, those guys were in red basically, and they were emergency guys that we were going to use. So if that inning would have gotten longer there in the ninth, we're probably going to warm up Drew at some point. But I mean, we're leaning on finishing with Diaz, of course. That's what you want to do. But we were very short.
So on a night like tonight, when you don't have a lot of your top guys, and Corey Oswalt of all people is pitching high leverage innings, is it more satisfying when you pull the right strings and it works out and you win like that?
That was the plan coming into today. We needed the length, and we had two options. Sean Reed-Foley today, right? A guy that's gotten big outs for us just because we needed the length. So that was the plan coming into the game, and it's satisfying when it works. He does, but credit to the guys that came in and did it. Corey ran into some trouble and was able to get out of it. Castro came in a situation that it was probably the only one that we could have used him there just to stop some momentum after being up 5-0, and then all of a sudden things got a little tight for us. But he came in, finished the inning, and then Oz came in. It was almost like a piggyback, right? Starter and a lone reliever. So, but yeah, it's satisfying, Tim. I mean, the guys are leaving their arms out there to get wins, and tonight was a perfect example of that.
Thank you.
Ed, you're up.
Hey, Louis, when you're struggling to find pitching like you are right now, what does it mean to get 6 2/3 from two guys who weren't even here yesterday?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means that everyone in our player development department is doing a great job with these guys. And we just had our farm director here, Jeremy Barnes, present actually, because he's been in the talks of all the moving parts that we've been having the last few days. And these guys, the way they've been throwing the ball down there, and the expectations of them coming in to help the big league team at some point, they kept it real for them, and I think that's huge, because that's something that we want the guys to feel that it's real. They're right there. I mean, one call away from coming and helping us get a win, and then two guys did it. I know Oswald's been here in the past, but Tyler got his shot to come in, and he did it for us. And it's just, I think it's just a message to a lot of our guys in our minor league system, just to keep working hard and to keep getting ready for any situation that may come up and help, because we run into a lot of adversity with the injury. So it's huge that we have those two guys throw the ball they did, because I think it sends a message to our organization just to be ready, that they can be here at any given time to help us.
Luis, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Zach. Have a good night, guys.
Edwin, thanks for joining us. Steve, start us off.
Edwin, you've been asked a couple times to get 5 outs, more often than you have in the past with the Mets anyway, asked to give them more than 3 outs at times. Do you approach these games, these situations any differently than when you come on in the ninth?
I just try to do my job. Like I said, I'm here to help the team to win. When every time they ask me to do like more than 4 outs, 5 outs at least, I was ready to come in the eight today because our bullpen was short. And a lot of guys was down today, so I was expecting come like maybe in the eight or with 1 out in the eight, so I was ready for that.
What are you thinking down there as you're watching what Tylor Megill is giving you guys tonight?
That guy is nasty. I was watching the game inside early in the game, and his fastball got good life, good off-speed pitches, and he helped us a lot here today. So I'm happy for him. Great debut. I'm looking forward to seeing him keep pitching like here in New York.
Next, we'll go to Ed Coleman. Scratch that. We'll go to Anthony DiComa.
Hey, Edwin, with how consistent you've been overall this season, how much more comfortable have you been on an everyday basis? I know last year obviously was a good year for you too, but just how much comfortable has it been coming to the ballpark every day when you're having this sort of consistent success?
I've been working hard to be here, so the main thing is my confidence. I never lost my confidence either, but I feel great. I'm working hard every day with the pitching coach, about my mechanic, about my pitches, and I think that thing is paying off right now. I feel great, man. Every time when they give me the ball, I feel confident, I feel good. I'm being able to make my pitches, so I feel pretty good in the mound right now.
Thank you.
Edwin, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Michael, thank you very much for joining us. Members of the media, if you'd like to ask a question, please use the raise your hand feature. We'll start off tonight with Dave Lennon.
Hey, Michael, you told us before the game that this was going to be kind of a process for you to get up to speed, but your first at bat, you hit it, barreled up a ball for a double in the right field. And you also had another hit and scored 2 runs. How much of a boost is that for you in the first game back?
It's awesome. Obviously getting that first one out of the way in the first at bat is great. The process started pretty quick there. So, it was good to jump right into the action, test the hamstring. I didn't have any doubt about it, but nevertheless, it was good to, get a nice solid run in. And from there, I just kind of stopped thinking about it and just started thinking about, playing the game and focus on playing defense and having good at bats. And from there, we'll just build off of today. It's good that I get a rest tomorrow, and then we'll see what the plan is for Friday.
How did it feel to come back and be a part of the top third of the lineup that did so much damage today? It seemed like you guys were a good combination, the top 3.
It was great. And I was able to watch Jeff in AAA for a few days. He looked great over there, and to be able to watch Francisco over the past couple weeks, really start to swing the bat well has been really good too. So I don't know. It's fun. It's definitely fun to be a part of that group, and it was great to jump right back into the 3-hole and be able to come up with a couple hits, score some runs, and help the team win.
Next, we'll go to Ed Coleman.
Hey, Mike, right away you went home to second, I think in the 7th or 8th, and he was, second to home. How much peace of mind did that give you to be able to bust it like that and right off the bat with this?
Yeah, that was huge. I didn't know for sure. I figured that Gary would send me. If I'm in there, I got to be able to go and score for the team. That's what I wanted. But I kept my eyes on him, and he was sending me, and I had no doubt that the hammy was going to hold. I've done so many sprints and so much base running. I knew it was going to be fine. So I wasn't thinking too much about that. I was just thinking about scoring and making sure we stayed on top and haven't been scoring many runs lately. So, to put up a good chunk tonight was big.
And you've been watching this team, or you've been with the team as well, and seeing what they're doing with a lot of different guys coming in and helping out. But how's it feel to see 2 guys who weren't even here yesterday come in and pitch the way they did today?
It's incredible. I mean, it's every day. It feels like, we get some new guys in here and they jump right in, and they're here to do their job, and they do it well. I can't say enough about all the guys who have stepped in tough situations in a really tough league, against really good teams, and doing not just their job, but doing a great job, and really making an impact on the game for us. So it's been great to see. Tyler threw great, Oz threw great, Edwin with the five out save. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Michael, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Members of the media, this concludes today's Zoom session. We're going to close the Citi Field press box at 1:15 a.m. Thank you, and we will see everybody on Friday. Good night.